Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really to throw you up.
Hey guys, my name is Kyramaiii, aka Amina. I just want to say welcome if you're new, and welcome back to the channel if you're a May baby. Anyway, so today's video is going to be another rant diaries. This topic is going to be a little serious, a little close to the heart for me, close to home, I mean. And this is basically about the whole Islamic community, with how racism exists in the Islamic community, and many people don't want to like talk about it, but I'm glad that as of the year 2025 people are finally discussing this, because it was always like a hush hush, something the black community spoke on, and then the Middle Easterns acted blind to, like they were not racist towards us, or they didn't treat us differently. Me being a child who was raised in an Islamic household and going to the mosque and experiencing the dislike towards us people of color who aren't Middle Eastern was very disheartening, and I didn't understand the correlation with that and why we were being treated so differently, when in Islam it says we are all brothers and sisters no matter like the skin tone. So I just didn't understand why. And it says love your Muslim brothers and sisters and everything. So I just never understood that growing up, and I'm glad there's people talking about it now, because it's like this has been going on for way too long and we're just tired. Okay, they make us seem like we're just like pretend Muslims, and we're not real Muslims, and we're not worthy of saying we're Muslim because our skin tone is not white or close to their skin tone. And a girl does go in depth with this whole topic of what I'm saying right now, and I will come right back after I show you guys this clip. But go ahead and watch this clip for me real quick, and then we'll be right back, okay?
A lot of Arabs seriously need to check their privilege and check their racism. Now, I'm saying this as a Palestinian Muslim woman, okay? Just because you are oppressed does not mean that you cannot also be the oppressor. So I'm not going to sit here and say that there isn't a lot of deeply, deeply racist and hateful rhetoric within the Arab Muslim community. And I think it's stupid, and I think it's hypocritical. And this really comes to light during this whole Vela Hijab controversy, okay? So if you're not up to date, let me explain what's going on. Basically, there's this controversy going on. This owner, she owns this brand of Vela Hijabs. She's an Arab Muslim, and she took a photo doing something really racist, okay? And a lot of Arab Muslims are coming to defend her, while a lot of Black Muslims are rightfully upset. Now, a lot of people, their defense for her being a racist is, well, she's Muslim. We as Muslims shouldn't criticize another Muslim. God forgives. No, we should criticize other Muslims. We should hold other Muslims accountable, because racism should not be accepted in any Muslim community. Like, I think it's so stupid when people refuse to criticize other members of their community because, oh, we don't want to criticize another Muslim. Like, no, that's dumb. I say this to say, right? I have done a lot of research on the Middle East. It's actually what I study in school. And I think it really all came to light with what is going on in Palestine. I think a lot of Arab Muslims are like, every Muslim needs to speak out about what's going on in Palestine. If you're not speaking out, then you're just a terrible Muslim, da-da-da-da-da. But then when it comes to other things like Sudan, and when it comes to other huge issues that other Muslims are facing too, like the Uyghurs in China, Muslims don't talk about it, right? Another big thing, another huge thing is the prison industrial complex here in America. How many Muslim men, Muslim Black men are locked up right now in prison, and a lot of them didn't even do anything. Arab Muslims never want to talk about the prison industrial complex. Why not? There are so many Muslims locked up right now. Is it because they are not Arab? Then, on top of that, there is another layer that isn't even being addressed. Arabs are also colonizers, right? As Arabs, we want to sit around and complain about the colonizers that are colonizing us now and have colonized us. We were also colonizers. If you look back at the history of the transatlantic slave trade, Arabs played a huge role in that. Arabs were the ones who actually started moving Africans from Africa to the Middle East to basically be slaves. And people don't want to talk about that. And it's so funny to me because I have had these dialogues with extremely religious Muslim men who pray, they fast, they are so religious. And all of this religiosity, we will be sitting in the car together and they'll say the N-word. I'm like, why are you saying the N-word? What is wrong with you? That's disgusting. That's fucked up. They just make some excuse. Oh, da-da-da. You cannot claim to be a good Muslim. Being a good Muslim is not about fasting, praying, doing all the ritualistic aspects of it and the law aspects of Islam. It's also being a decent person. And if you are a fucking racist, you are not a decent person and you deserve to be called out. Like, it is just so disgusting, the amount of racism that goes on in this Muslim community, and people want to judge other people for praying or fasting, or are you doing this? What about not being a racist? We should be really judging people off of that. And it's like, don't even get me started on the levels of indentured servitude that occur in the Middle East. I think it's so disturbing. But regardless of which, if you are an Arab Muslim, you need to care about all Muslims, not just Arab Muslims. You should be speaking out about what's going on in Sudan right now. You should be speaking out about what's happening to all Muslims worldwide, regardless of who they are. You should be speaking out against slavery and also recognizing that our historical legacy plays a role in that. And as many protests you go to for Palestine, as a Palestinian, you should also be doing for Sudan. You should also be doing to end the prison industrial complex. You should be doing for all Muslims. And part of being a good Muslim is understanding the struggles that our Black sisters and brothers face and embodying that and empowering them. And when you sit around making excuses for someone who did something clearly racist and saying we can't criticize her just because she's Muslim, that is the biggest load of BS I've ever heard. And you should be the loudest ones to criticize her because she is making us all look bad.
Like she said, I feel like it's unfair that they see that our skin tone, people of my skin tone, like Black Muslims, are going through hell in America, and they just act blind to it. Like they weren't the reason why this whole thing happened. When people would talk about slavery and everything like that, and they're like, how do you feel about slavery? I always say I feel horrible about it because my ancestors experienced slavery too, just not from white, people. My oppressors were Arabs, like Middle Easterns were the ones who enslaved my ancestors, my bloodline. So for me, it's like, whenever someone says, why are you dating the oppressor, aka a white man, that wasn't my oppressor. Like, I was born in Kenya, so my oppressor was Middle Eastern man. And I did date a Middle Eastern man too. Well, not date, I actually married into one. But when I'm dating someone, I'm not thinking about race and stuff. I'm just thinking about, does this person respect me? Does this person, feel the same way I do about racism? And if they do, then we're good. That's how I feel. That's how my vision, like my point of view is when I'm dating. I don't really look at skin tone like that. But that goes back to say, is like growing up, it was hard. We couldn't even go to certain mosques because the Middle Easterns didn't want to be next to us, like we were some kind of diseases. I remember all the black Muslims, whether it be African American, whatever, even Indonesians, like they would all be sitting with us, and the Middle Easterns, the Arabs, would be sitting at certain ends. Like literally, how they like in the mosque, women and men can't sit in the same area, right? It was divided like that, but with the man, it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't as divided. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were intertwined with each other. But with the women, it was like separate. And I think racism is really, when it comes to racism in the Islamic community, it really stems in the women. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know what it could be. But for me, from my experience, I don't really see a lot of Middle Eastern men being racist towards non-Middle Eastern men, Black Muslim men. They're buddy with them, you know. Other than saying the N-word, I don't really see any type of racism towards the Muslim community when it comes to men. But when it comes to women, it's severe and it's deadly, in my personal opinion. I'll say a quick little story time. When I first met my ex-husband's family, he's in Middle Eastern, he's Syrian. When I met his family that lived back home, their commentary towards me was so racist. I had to let him know, and he told them don't say that. But I was like standing by the doorway, and they were speaking in Arabic, but I caught a few things. By then, I was living with his mom and them for a couple months, and they were like, of all the Arab women in America, and even the ones here in Syria, you have to go get you a chocolate girl.
What?
They were like, she's so chocolate. And I was just like nervous, laugh, like, wow. And thankfully, my partner did not believe what they were believing. He didn't care what they were saying. He said, I like chocolate. This is what I want. I don't want an Arab girl. If I want an Arab girl, I would have brought an Arab girl to the house. Right? But that just goes to tell you that the family does not want to intertwine with us. His mom whenever me and her were together, she would always tell me, I have plans for him. I was going to have him marry my sister's daughter, this and that. And I'm just like, what? And everything. And they had a whole plan with the girl in general that was sick too, but I'm not going into that. That's none of my business. I'm going to talk about me and how they were racist towards me, how they made me feel in the beginning. Towards the end of our relationship, because we were together for 10 months, they were nicer to me, much kinder, less racist. I guess accepting because they seen that I wasn't going anywhere. So they thought, at least. And you know, I experienced that. They would make fun of my skin tone. She would his mom slapped me one time.
What?
All because I said no to her. I don't know why she wanted to slap me, but she slapped me. It was like I was just being mistreated, honestly. Like I was I was beneath them. That's how they would treat me. I would sit in the back seat, and they would just treat me like, you know how when a white person adopts a black kid and they want to play savior. That's basically how they were acting towards me. I mean, I took the gifts and stuff like that, but they were just so racist towards me. And then before I even married into an Arab family, I was experiencing racism within the Muslim community. Arab girls would not want to be friends with me because to them I wasn't a real Muslim. We're just fake Muslims. And that was just sickening to me. That was so hurtful because you know, a girl talks about this in the next clip I'm going to show you guys. She says that they make you feel it's like you are fighting to fit in 3 different communities. You're trying to fit in the Islamic community, and then you're also trying to fit in the Black community, and then you're also trying to fit in the American society. So you're trying so hard to fit somewhere, and it kind of gives you a sense of an identity crisis, because you don't know where you fit, you don't know where you belong, and it just feels so scary. You feel alone. That's how I felt growing up. I didn't know where I belonged. I wasn't fitting well with my community, my Bantu community, the Somali community, Somali and the Somali Bantu community, because I'm both, and I hated that I had to decide within that community, because there's the Somalis and there's Somali Bantus, and I'm both. So Somalis wanted to hang out with me, but then also the Somali Bantus wanted to hang out with me, and I was just being pulled side to side, and it was stressful to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was stressful for me. And then I was also trying to fit with Americans, the Americans, and trying to, because I grew up in America. I came to America when I was 4 years old, so I was going through these identity crises. I didn't know where I belonged. And then when I tried to be friends with the Black kids, they would tell me I was too white for them. When I tried to hang out with the African kids, I was too white for them. I didn't even know what the hell that meant. So with that, and then with the whole the division within the Islamic community, the division within the I was lost. And I just decided to just stay to myself, honestly. Of course, I have friends in high school, but after I left high school, I just chose to stay to myself. I removed myself from the Bantu community. I removed myself from the Somali community. And I just stood to myself. And whoever was my friend. And that's what I ended up doing. So, like, she's going to speak on it. I'm going to have you guys watch the video clip in a second. But her saying that really made me feel like, damn, like, I feel heard. And I'm glad that more people are talking about this, because this is not okay. And it's not just... I know this whole topic started with just a scarf, a hijab company, but this was a topic, this was a discussion that needed to be discussed, because it's bad out here. You would think that because you guys share a religion, you guys could be a community and love on each other, and just love that you guys both share the same religion. Like, you know how like churches have church groups? I wish we could have that in Islam. We don't have that. So yes, I'm more close with my Christian friends, because I talk about God with my Christian friends, even though we don't believe in the same God. I still talk about God with them, and I enjoy talking about God with my Christian friends, because at least I have somewhere where I can talk about God. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and watch this clip real quick, and I'll be right back.
The whole Vela situation is absolutely bizarre to me. Sis was so comfortable and ignorant towards the dangers of black people during the whole Black Lives Matter movement. But now that she's got a company, she wants to now come and use us for marketing and advertising in the name of brand image. You've been caught. But on a more serious note, as a black Muslim woman, you're already a minority within a minority within a minority. We're forever getting the shorter end of the stick. But the most disheartening thing for me, I think, is the fact that even amongst the Muslim community, we are still experiencing discrimination. I know I can't speak for everyone when I say this, but I know when I was younger, I guess I went through pins and needles. And like I was saying, I went through an identity crisis whereby you practically identify with 3 different communities, yet it feels so isolating and it's so hard to actually find other people that you can relate to. That's why I actually think it's very important for more black Muslim women who are potential creatives. Whether you're into fashion designing, you have a service to provide, whether you want to come and share some of your experiences, some advice, influencing, whatever it is, we need more representation. I need you guys to step forward. I need you guys to get creating. That's one of the influencing factors that actually got me on this app in the first place. Plus, it's not just for us. It's also for the younger generation that need to actually see themselves represented genuinely. Unlike Vela, representation shouldn't be an afterthought. You couldn't give a heck back then about us. I can't trust that you give a heck about us today. I must say though, their prints were aight. They were aight. But now that I know what I know now, baby, you ain't getting none of my coins. But on a brighter note, if you know any black-owned Muslim brands, do you know what? Let's be fair. If you know any Muslim brands whereby the ratio of black Muslim women is equal to the other races, bring them forward in the comments. Bring them forward. As for you, Vela, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
As you guys seen, like... She said it perfectly, and of course I said my 2 cents too beforehand. But as you can see, like it's hard for us out here. You know, I don't wear a hijab because I feel like I'm being choked. That's the only reason why I don't wear a hijab. That and the stairs. I can't stand the stairs. Props to my Muslim sisters who do wear hijab. I can't do it. I can pray. I can, donate and all that stuff, but when it comes to the hijab, I can't do it. I just can't. That's just me though. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I really feel like it was really, really hard for me, and I think that's one of the reasons what made me, like, in 2018 stray away from the Islamic community and Islam altogether. I wasn't praying, I wasn't fasting. I'm just being honest. I wasn't even like reading Quran anymore, nothing. I just let it all go. I almost left. Alhamdulillah, I didn't, but I almost left the religion in 2018 because they made it so insufferable that I didn't even want to be a part of the Islamic community anymore. They made me want to leave. But I told myself when I was little, I was born Muslim, I'm going to die Muslim. And that's what I made a promise to myself. That was a promise I made to little old 8-year-old me, okay? So I remember that I took a year off, I guess you could say, to recuperate and think about what I'm going to do with my life. I decided I'm not going to make these people make me leave my religion that I was born into, that I love so much, that I adore so much. I'm not going to leave my religion because people just make you feel shitty just for existing. Like, I didn't choose to be Muslim. I was born Muslim. And my ancestors didn't choose to be Muslim. They were enslaved to be Muslim. I'm just being honest. 5 generations before me, they were not Muslim. I promise you, I don't think they were. I don't know what religion they had. It's lost in time. Or they even believed in religions. Maybe they were just spiritual. I don't know. That's why I'm both spiritual and Muslim. But I'll stop it for another day. But I generally don't think my ancestors were originally Muslim when they first came to the world. 5 generations before me, I don't think so. We were definitely enslaved. That's one thing that's always repeated, is that we were enslaved. Okay, we were enslaved. And then there was like the Somali war, where the Somalis were being women. Raping the Kenyan women. And my mom's mom was one of the women that got raped during that war. So yeah, Somalis have been also were a contributor to my family's demise. So like, I might have Somali in my blood, but Somalis don't like us either. Somalis think that Somali Bantus are not real Somalis, and that we are an embarrassment to the Somali community, and they don't want us to be a part of their community. So now you're seeing that, like, can you see what she's saying with the identity crisis? You're Somali. You can't show that you're proudly Somali. I literally had to take that Somali flag off my TikTok page because somebody, mind you, I didn't even say I was Somali. I was commenting on an Islamic page, and I had said that this is why I don't really marry within my community, like my community, like Somali or Somali Bantu community, because they don't treat us right. And then also, this is why I'm kind of scared to marry outside of my community, because there's things that could happen. It was a topic, I don't remember what the topic was, but it was just something like that, right? And this guy or girl, I don't know, just wrote a whole big old paragraph basically cursing me out, telling me that I'm not even a real Somali, and because they saw the Kenyan flag next to the Somali flag. I'm Ethiopian, Kenyan, and Somali. That's just the truth. That is just honest to God truth. That's what I am. I cannot deny what I am. You know what I'm saying? Both my parents are half Somali. My mom is half Kenyan, half Somali, and my dad is half Ethiopian, half Somali. So I'm mostly I'm literally 50% Somali. Literally 25% Ethiopian, 25% Kenyan, but I'm 50% Somali. I'm more Somali than anything else. But I can't claim it because they are bullying me. He or she just bullied me, saying that, you're the race that your dad is. And I'm like, my dad is half Somali and half Ethiopian. His mom is Ethiopian, his dad is Somali. So that means you're telling me I'm Somali, right? And then I was like, I'm not even gonna go back and forth with this person. I just said, okay. Calling me ugly, saying that I'm not a real Somali, and I should take that flag off my page. I'm not, like, literally just cursing me out. So yeah, I'm racism towards me within the Somali community, racism towards me in the Islamic community, racism towards me in the American community, like literally, because white people see us black folks as beneath them. So, like, I experienced racism from all 3 corners, and I can't breathe. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to remove myself from everything. I think after that experience, I just decided, I'm going to remove the flag. Because I didn't even say I was Somali. You took the time of your day to go on my profile, seeing the Somali flag, and then to disrespect me. And then took a screenshot of one of my videos of my face and say, so you don't even look Somali. I know. People always mistaken me for a Dominican. I don't know why. Even when I went to my interview the other day, they were like, she thought I was Dominican. I don't look like what I'm supposed to be because I am a mutt. I'm mixed. I'm extremely mixed. I'm mixed with 3 different things. Of course, I'm going to appear a little different than what I'm supposed to. It doesn't hurt my feelings when people say that they think I'm Dominican. I don't get offended by that. I was like, Dominicans are beautiful. Thank you. I say it as a compliment. But that just go back to say, like, there's a lot of racism in within the Somali community. There's a lot of racism in the Islamic community. The Arabs, the Somalis were both people who enslaved my ancestors. The Arabs and the Arabs and the Somalis enslaved my ancestors. Not white people. But still, it could have been my ancestors. Does that make sense? That's why I'm so passionate about slavery in America. Because it could have been my bloodline. So it affects me too. It hurts me too. Because they're my people. To me, I see black people as my people. Because at the end of the day, we share a skin tone. We share the same fight. We've been oppressed our whole life. 400 years of misery. Whether it was in Africa or whether it was in America, we were oppressed. And we were disrespected. We were mistreated. I don't even want to get emotional right now because I'm going to have you guys watch this clip real quick about this guy defending this girl while I regroup my emotions because this is pissing me off. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. Guys, let's be honest here. The two people buying her products are Arab and basic girls, and I know damn well those are the two most racist type of girls. Y'all don't really even care. The people posting TikToks are just doing it for clout or to make themselves look good on social media. Y'all gonna keep buying her products. She didn't even do anything bad. All she did was post a picture of her next to a sign. She didn't say anything. She didn't do anything. All she did was post a picture. Now that we got that out of the way, Jumama Mubarak to everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This sign? Embarrassing. Embarrassing. You have not deconstructed the fact that Arabs have colonized, that Arabs can be and are extremely anti-black and racist. How is that even a debate? You thought that you got the card from your black Muslim friends because you have been oppressed and think that there's some sort of comparison. No, there isn't. There has never been books written on eating Arab people like there has been about eating black people, literally called the edible consumption of blank. You don't bother to learn black history? No one made clothes out of Arabs. Just stop. You use Malcolm X's name in vain, having no idea what he's done for Palestine, in Detroit, in Libya, amongst other countries. They force black people to become slaves in Arab countries. They bring them over and from Nigeria, and then they have them as maids. You can't lie about this if you've ever been back home. Our families have had maids. They were all from African countries. That doesn't mean the country didn't strip them from their citizenship and force them to stay in our countries. Why would I deny that there is racism? How many of you made jokes about how you could never bring a black man home? You've no longer made it Arabs can be racist. It's no, Arabs are anti-black and racist at this point. So for the Vela, Hijab, that is such a mean, racist, cunt thing to do. And I would have never done that in my life. 5 years ago or not, ever.
Okay, I got all the tears out. Cause this is not even a laughing matter. Like this is so, I knew I had this much anger in me when it came to the black community being oppressed so much within the Islamic community and within the American community, and being enslaved in Africa and here at the same time. Ooh, I have a lot of built-up anger in me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. My ancestors are roaring inside of me, okay? But as you guys saw, Arabs were not made into clothes. When I heard that my people were made into clothes and eaten like their food, I was pissed. I was pissed. Like, my God. How animalistic. And they call us the animals. Have you noticed that a majority of cannibals are white? It's in their blood. No racist. I'm not trying to be racist towards white people, but I'm just saying it is in their bloodline. They ate us. They ate mummies.
What?
Mummies. Already past living human being who's passed away, past spirits. They're eating their remains for medicine. Now, why were they eating us? I don't know. I guess they said something about our skin helping them live longer. I don't really know what exactly what it was. It was a long time that I read about it. But they ate us. They ate us. Their jealousy was so deep and dark that they ate us. They wanted to be us so bad that they ate us, guys. They ate us. Oh my god. They ate us. My god. They ate us. Like, that just to me is crazy. But back to the topic in hand. When I saw that photo, it was N-I-G-G. It spelled that. It literally spelled the word. And she stood in front of it. And that man, that sicko, had the audacity to say she did nothing wrong. She stood in front of us. A sign that was derogatory and racist. I've never even heard of this brand. I've never heard of this brand ever in my life until this whole controversy. Because you know why? I buy all my hijabs when I do wear hijabs. I wear hijabs sometimes whenever it's Ramadan, whatever, you get the jits. Or my mom wears it all the time. And my younger siblings, they wear it. So when we're going to get hijabs, we don't go to the Arab stores. We go to our people. We go to the Somali or Somali Bantu stores and grab the things we need to get. Yes. We're not going to online shops to get hijabs. And within our community, us getting our clothes from there, our religious clothing from there, is cheaper, one. We get discounts, too. Like, and a scarf, her scarves were selling for $30. That same exact scarf I could get for $10. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's why whenever I was going to the Somali stores, I would always vlog it so you guys can see where I go to get my things, because I want you guys to know where they're at too. Yes. I want to put money in my community's pockets. Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, that just goes to say, like, no matter what, there's racism everywhere. Keep a lookout. Watch your folks, your friends' demeanor. I don't have any Middle Eastern friends. I never even tried, to be honest. Why would I try whatever? If I were to go to their house, I would have racist remarks made towards me. I'm cool on that. I'm good. But yeah, I'm gonna have you guys watch one more clip, and then I'm gonna come right back.
Things to consider when we're talking about this Vela racism controversy. First thing first, if you are a Muslim sister but not black, this is not your conversation. I don't know why I'm seeing a white hijabi sister commenting, "It's time we forgive her." Who is we? I know it's not you. So if you're not black, this is not your place to pardon her or forgive her. So stay out of it. Secondly, if you're black but not Muslim and you want to use this to say, "Oh, it's time to drink Starbucks again. Starbucks is going to be delicious," back the F off. Gaza's way bigger than this. Racism is one thing and you can hold her accountable for that, but don't bring Palestine and Gaza into this. And thirdly and finally, it's about time we consider, why are we paying so much money for see-through huge garments where we can get them for like £5 from our streets? Maybe it's about time we support small and local businesses instead of this over-exaggerated.
It's a double entendre in the most beautiful sense of the word, if you want to take it from there. And I'd love to take it from there. It's a double entendre, but yet it's still paradoxical.
Yeah, I just want to say, just because Vela hijab is getting exposed or whatnot, and there's a light being shed, a light has been shed on the racism within the Islamic community, that does not mean you go support Starbucks, Target, all that stuff, because of the fact that they are in support of Palestine being destroyed and millions of people being unalived in some form of genocide, So that being said, I will say this: support Sudan, support Palestine. I always repost. I don't have a job right now, so I can't donate nothing. I'm sorry. But the least I can do is talk on it and repost videos that are directed, whether it's someone saying donate to this family or anything of that sort, right? But if y'all could just do that, just repost and maybe even put the Palestine flag on your bio if you want. You know, same with the Sudan flag. Free Sudan, free Palestine, you know, free Gaza, all that. You know, I want you guys to, you know, fight this war with us. Like, we need this to happen. Yes, I cannot stand my Muslim brothers and sisters getting unalived because of just the fact that they are just trying to breathe and live and they're Muslim. So yeah, on the brighter note, my loves, Mona Leo, have y'all seen her wedding video? Oh, I loved it. I actually watched a little bit of her wedding live. It was gorgeous. But she did come up with a song called, I think it was like Ghetto Salon or something like that. I don't remember the actual title of the song because it's just very new. But this girl is going to talk about it. So I'm going to leave you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want you guys to just like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my channel. And be part of my babies. Let's watch this clip because I know you're going to love it.
Mona Leo is not only unapologetically black and underrated criminally, she is representing for the Gen Z Babs. Her new song, Sexy Solon, is the epitome of being young, gifted, and black and loving. And I wanted to wait for the song to come out to talk about her and Stoner's wedding because, oh my God, they got married in Houston with 180 guests. This was a beautiful black ass union. If you want to read about the details, the wedding is featured in People magazine. Shout out to Nathan. Y'all, reading their story made me cry again, like I was watching the wedding on live again. Her daddy surviving cancer and a triple bypass last year, and he walked her down the aisle. Them jumping the broom, having a cookout farewell dinner the day after the wedding. This is black tradition. He even had Sutter crying when he saw her walk down the aisle. Look at the baby in pink. This is such an example of young black love. Let me calm down. I feel like Mona Leo was a Pinterest girl back in the day because this is giving Pinterest. This is giving me pretty and pink wedding. Y'all know I love a wedding cake. This is a beautiful cake. I knew off rip that this was an old Nuko dress. She not only had one, not two, but 3 different looks. Now let's get into Sexy Salon. Every single bar was black as hell. Old black wise tales, the hoodoo mention, all them flags, including a custom black American flag that had pink. It's such a bad. I already know the whites are so annoyed that we've been bumping to this all day. Just wait till Black History Month. All the non-blacks to the back. Leo's truly the gift that keeps on giving.
Am I really that